Hi, my name is Paige, and this is Linda, my mother. She's going to be my audience. What comes to one's mind when hearing the word mother? Loving, selfless, strong? My mother, Linda, has all of those traits and more. She has stood by my side and supported me for 19 years and counting. Knowing myself, that's a tough role to tend to. My mother has raised 3 children alongside a man who couldn't remain faithful for the moment they got married. She has faked a smile for not only the rest of the world, but to her kids as well. For the first 15 years of my life, I had no idea, nor did anyone else who knew our family. We were the ideal American family. My mother made our school lunches every day, handmade our Halloween costumes each year, drove us to all of our activities, and never missed a moment in our lives. My father wouldn't go a night without singing us kids to sleep. He made all of our friends laugh. He showed us who God was, taught us how to respect ourselves and others, but most importantly, together they taught us how to take risks. Though my parents made a great team in raising us kids, my mom was truly unhappy throughout it all. Her heart was broken and her trust was shattered, yet still chose to hide her feelings so we could act as a happy family. When the secret came out, everyone questioned the truth. It was so out of the ordinary for our family to not be perfect. My mother wanted a divorce and wanted to do something for herself, for once in her lifetime. She has never in her life put herself first. To this day, she is the most generous woman I know. When she decided to divorce my father, the blame was somehow put on her. For a while, I thought I hated my mother. I wanted nothing to do with her because she broke my heart. She was tearing my family apart. How could she do that? I was obligated to grow up and mature faster than my friends. I was taking care of my siblings while my parents were in their own worlds worrying about the divorce, the living situation, and basically anything but their kids. For the 3-year divorce process, I felt as though I was my little brother's comfort and guidance. He was depressed and confused about the entire ordeal. Every step of the way, I had to hold his hand and let him know that everything was going to be okay. My older sister at the time was getting bullied in school. I was my sister's protector. I tried the best I could to hold her hand as well. I was the only one who stood up for her at school, and the only one who found her in the bathroom weeping. My siblings and I had a rough few years, but we had each other. With all that we endured, I became my brother and sister's rock. I put them before anyone else in my life, and would walk to the ends of the earth for them 100 times and more. My mother didn't want a divorce. Who could want such a thing? All she wanted was to respect herself and not remain married to a man who couldn't devote his heart to her. That is not a lot to ask for when 2 people are in love with each other. She was in love with a man who shattered her heart every step of the way in their marriage. My mother did the right thing, but took way too long to do so. Yes, I thought I hated my mom for a while, but when I was forced to grow up and see the world in a whole new perspective, I saw my mom for who she was. I saw how truly selfless she was to stay with my dad for the first time he was unfaithful to the very last. My mom put her kids before herself. We were the only reason she stayed with my father. But she knew that she couldn't stay with him. That was disrespecting herself. Though I thought she was all those years, she deserves to be happy. She deserves to be free of someone who doesn't see that in her. My mother deserves the world. Because my mother chose to take a stand, my parents got the divorce and the whole situation changed my life. But it changed me for the better. I became my mom. I became selfless, loving, strong, just like my mom is. And she continues to do so. If my mom didn't put herself first for once in her life, I would not have been carved into the person I am today. I am truly blessed to be my own mother's reflection.